Hello guys and welcome back to Arizona Adventure Park. I already told you in the last episode what we are going to do in this episode. We are not going to put down another habitat for some of our cats. We are going to build our first legitimate restaurant in our park. And I have to tell you, oh my god, what a hell of a job this was. It took me 3 hours to finish the whole build. It didn't quite end up as I planned on building it, because I was telling you that I was planning to have it like you can enter the restaurant on the lower level and go upstairs inside and leave the building on the upper level, but that is not what is going to happen. But just have a look at it, what I came up with. And I have to tell you, I couldn't be happier with the outcome of it all, because I think it looks so great. So it just fits perfectly in this tiny little space that we are building in. So we are going to have a restaurant on the lower level with actual seating and with the restaurant pieces that we got in the European DLC. And we also got a little deli on the upper level with some chief beef and with some gulpy slush, and also with a little restroom. And we also did quite a nice thing with our monorail. Yeah, guys, I now know what it is called, because someone from my favorite subscribers, Mamzelle, told me what it is called correctly. Thank you at this point for always telling me the correct English words, I might say. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. As I told you, we are going to build some special stuff with the monorail. The whole build took me about 3 or 4 hours, and I had to cut a lot of things that were repeatedly done in this build out of the video, because it would have taken too long. What I am going to do here is I'm going to put down some of the glass fences for that you might use for building pools for your diving animals, and if you want to have some underwater viewing. I did that because I wanted to have a little underwater feature here. No, not underwater feature, but a water feature here, because I wanted to have actual water inside of it and have some kind of not a pool and not really a fountain, but just a water feature, I might call it. And you might see in a few minutes what I mean. Because I thought we are not going to have a habitat at this point in the zoo, and it would be a little boring for our monorail to go over it and just have a look at the restaurant. So I was going to build this stuff here. As you can see, I put in the water now, and I am now covering up the barriers here, because nobody wants to see the barriers. I just put down these plaster pieces on the bottom of it to give it a much more clearer look, like a fountain or something like that. And I also used some of the plaster pieces to cover up the barriers. because I didn't want to have the glass barriers here, but I had to put it down to get the water in. Yeah, as you can see, I think I took some inspiration on this whole build from the Getty Museum in Los Angeles. Maybe you've been there sometime. I think they have at some points a similar building style. Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm putting down the waterfall special effect pieces to have it look like yeah, there's some water feature in there, and there's water coming out from this upper plaster piece and pouring down into the pool beneath that. Yeah, I also took some inspiration for this water feature from the last episode of Koali Zoo, where Mike Sheets went in and yeah, like he does all the time, destroyed almost everything and built some amazing stuff new, and did some renovation on the zoo, I might say. Not destroying anything, he doesn't destroy it, he just makes things look better. And he also had at some point in the zoo some kind of water feature which I really liked, and I thought I want to have something like that in my zoo as well. And yeah, that was the inspiration for this build here. And I have to say, I didn't copy it because, yeah, what he did looks a lot different than what I am doing here right now. But yeah, it was a huge inspiration for me. And I also wanted to have this planter in the foreground. I put down some of the palm trees, but tried to keep the plants that I put in there a little lower. So as you can see now that the whole part is finished, yeah, that you still can see the water feature. And what I did as well is I colored the plaster walls behind it in a light blue, just to make it look a little more fresh. And the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm putting down the path on for the upper level, which was, yeah, let me say it took me quite some time, because the path system in Planet Zoo is just a pain. I had to delete it a lot of times and put it down again, and once I had put down the actual building on the upper level, I had to destroy the path again and correct it and build it anew, and it didn't work, and then I had to correct it once again, and so on and so on and so on. So it was a real pain, and yeah, I cut a lot of that out of the video because I think it was enough pain for me. I don't want you to feel the pain too. I hope you appreciate that. Yeah, and the next step is to put down the roof for the lower level building, and as well the yeah, the groundwork for the upper level as well, because we are going to build on that roof. Yeah, and as you can see, here's the first problem. By putting down these pieces to yeah, to make some groundwork for the upper level, we had already the problem that it was sticking through the path, and I had to correct it on a later stage. And now I'm going to build the daily on the upper level, where we are going to have, as I said, a little chief beef and gulpy slush, and also a toilet. I decided to make the walls of the building in a round shape, because that would fit the vibe of this much better. And I also colored it in this light blue that I also used for the background of the water feature, because as I said, we are in a desert environment, and it's pretty hot there. You might see our visitors sweating and complaining about the heat. So I thought if I use something in light blue, that makes the whole thing look a little bit cooler and fresher. Yeah, and as you can see, I already put in the building stuff on the upper level, and now I'm putting in the restaurant on the lower level. And you can already see the roof is sticking through our path on the upper level, which is not what I was going for and not what I was wanting. So I had to correct the whole thing, and yeah, in the end I did it, as you can see here. But as the path is sticking through the roof, we have to cover that up as well, and yeah, make it look a little bit more realistic and nice. So I was going to put down some more of the plaster pieces, and yeah, also make it a little shade for the entrance of the actual restaurant downstairs, which works pretty nice, I might say. Yeah, just some support stuff. And the next thing, once again, was a problem with the part system, because I couldn't put down as many of the path that I usually wanted, and I wanted this area down there much more bigger for the restaurant, and put down much more of the seating, of the chairs and the tables. But yeah, in the end it didn't work, and it is a tiny little cozy restaurant. So I had to delete the benches and the bins, and put down the tables for the restaurant. And yeah, it's just 5 of them, but I think that's enough, and it looks nice. It's a tiny little restaurant at in our Cats Canyon, so I think it's okay. The next step was covering up the path, and I just copied around the fake rock formations on the other side of the tiger habitat. Yes, yeah, that's the tiger habitat. I just put it around there to cover the path a little bit and give the whole thing a little more of the canyon look. Yeah, and now we're going for the roof of our daily. Is it called daily, or is it deli, or daily, or I think it is daily, if I'm not completely wrong. Yeah, Mamselle, you might tell me in the comment sections again if I was pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, also putting down some support, and also on the lower level. Yeah, and our Cat's Grill, how it will be called, is coming already together pretty nice. And yeah, I really loved how the whole thing looked. And I also was using this kind of shades here on the upper level to create some kind of yeah, some kind of windows for the upper building. And with that coloration of it, I think it looks pretty nice. I stole this idea from one of my other builds. You might have seen it the last days, that I was building Casa Madrigal from the movie Encanto, from the Disney movie Encanto, in my Swamp Lake Zoo, and I did something similar there with these shades from the Europe DLC, and I think they match this whole building style really perfectly. Yeah, and I also didn't use the shops this time. I used the counter pieces that we got in the Europe DLC for the daily daily for the daily here on the upper level. Um, I have to admit I could have used it a little bit better. Um, I'm not completely flashed by how it looks. Yeah, but in the end, it's okay, and we might do something different with the counter pieces in some other parts of the zoo in a later stage, I think. Because this might not be the last restaurant, because I want to grow our zoo even bigger, of course. Yeah. Now I'm doing some decorations here and filling in the gaps with some of the plaster pieces and the mulch pieces to make some planting area here, and put down some of the plants to make it look a little more sexy and lush, I think. Yeah, I just did this on the complete upper level. Um, as you can see right here, I put down plants on the upper level as well, and I decided to copy those shady windows, I might call them, um, a little around, and put down some more to the sides of this building, which is not that easy if you have a round shape of the building, because yeah, the windows don't stick to every part of it perfectly, but yeah, in the end it looked okay. And you might not come too close to have a look at it, because some pieces might be floating a little bit, but just a tiny little bit. Yeah, and I also had to make these planting on the lower level as well, as you can see right here. And yeah, it gives the whole thing, the whole restaurant situation here, such a nice and cozy look. I really love it, and if this was a real situation, I would love to go to the Cat's Grill and have a burger there or something else. Yeah, it almost looks a little romantic, I might say. Yeah, then I was putting down some of the signs for the restaurant, and yeah, I decided to delete this one later because it just looked a little weird, and yeah, It just didn't feel right to me. So I deleted it and put down some more plants. I also put down some of these. Oh my god, I really don't know the English name for these. The small one is called umbrella. In Germany, we call it like sun umbrellas, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the correct name in English. Okay, whatever. I put down these to give our guests a little more shade, and also put down a sign there as well that again says Cat's Grill, so that everyone knows where they are, and yeah, what they're going to experience here. And as I said, I deleted the sign that we had here and put down some more rocks, and give this little part here a little more natural feeling, to make it connect with the rock wall behind a little bit more. Yeah, and we already are. I might think we are finished with the lower level of it, and I really, 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 really love how that looks. There's still a little more work to do on the upper level. I also used the sign that we had at the lower level for the Cat's Grill, and just called the upper level the Tiger Deli, and yeah, did some decoration stuff for the counters. Nothing special, nothing weird, or um, yeah, just some simple stuff with these wooden wall in the background, just to make it look a little bit different, and yeah, just to give it a little bit of contrast, and also putting down some of the posts here, just to frame it a little bit, and give it a little bit of a nicer touch, and just to have it not to look that much of unfinished. Yeah, but as I said already, it was just some basic stuff that I was doing here. I might have been a little um, not burned out, but yeah, I might not have been that creative as I was at the beginning of the build, and I think I just wanted to finish it at some point, and yeah, that's why I did some basic stuff. I might go into it in a later stage again, or maybe not. I just don't know. It depends on how I feel about it. But in the end, I think it looks okay. It looks okay. Oh, and I already want to thank you guys. Um, in the last time, I often get some comments that you guys do like my videos indeed, and also the nicest compliment I get a lot in the last days, weeks and months, is that you love my videos because of my voice, and that is such a nice compliment, and I really love that. I get to hear that a lot from people, that I have this soothing or calm voice, and that they love to listen to my voice, and yeah, that's something that I appreciate very much. And thank you. Yeah, and there's just one thing I changed in the last minutes. I didn't like the background at the monorail with these plaster walls, and I changed it for some glass walls because I thought that would help me with continuing to build in that area. Um, yeah, I don't want to tell you too much what I'm planning to do. You might see it, but yeah, it would fit to my plans a little bit more with those glass walls. Um, as I said, we are not going to continue building the big cat or the cat's canyon because I think we had enough cats in the last few episodes. We will definitely go back to here at some point, but in the next episode we are going to build in another part of the zoo, and yeah, we are going to build for some very different animals. Just be excited about it. And with that being said, we're at the end of our video with a short overview of our very beautiful Arizona Adventure Park. Thanks for watching, leave a like, leave a subscription, and I see you in the next videos, I hope so. Bye guys!